How big is the Bigfoot foot? Probably like 1 foot long. Asterisk 50 asterisk asterisk size I think. 2 feet. It's big. What's your favorite kind of ice cream? Coffee flavored. Vanilla. The TSRGET brand peanut butter fudge. Cold. Women of Reddit, what question about men do you wish to be answered? How often do you guys accidentally sit on your balls? I can't help but think it'd be happening to me all the time if I had them. I just recently learned that balls kinda move on their own in the sack. Can you feel that? Did someone lie to me? Is it like inconvenient or weird? Is it like a mood thing or a spidey sense? How do you pee if you have a boner? Or is that not an option? Is it painful? How normal is it for you to hug your best friends? Edit. A hug or any platonic physical form of affection counts. How big is the Bigfoot foot? Probably like 1 foot long. Asterisk 50 asterisk asterisk size I think. 2 feet. It's big. What would you gladly pay $20 a month for, if only it exists? A permit to legally possess, use whatever drugs I want. You know the VR game thing from Black Mirror? That actually takes you into a realistic virtual reality. That probably. Classes where you train to fight with weapons, they do exist but there's none where I live. An actually good NBA game. Outrageous answers only. What would you do if you won the 1 billion mega millions? I'd do like the meme. Buy all of Kanye's concert tickets and hire someone to be the sole attendee with a sign that says, "You suck, Kanye." Just for funsies. Put it all into the bank, and keep saving money nonetheless. Thanks, student debts. You formed me. Make my own private Air Force base. Make a massive laser and carve my face into the moon with it so that everyone can see just how smug I am. I would also go peasant hunting using a gun that shoots pound coins. In a short sentence, how poor are you? I'll go first. Not only did I eat the ends of a loaf of bread, but I used the bag to bring my lunch to school. As a kid, I ate a lot of leftover popcorn and nacho chips that my mom was supposed to throw away after closing the laundromat snack bar. I don't know what most groceries cost. Never starved, but would probably never buy a car new. If your country had a catchphrase, what would it be? Suck our butts and lick our balls. Percolate probably. Hold my beer. There is always time for FICA. What keeps you up at night? Viagra. If my 2 children will do good without a mother, everyone gets mad when the man runs out but no one cares when the girl does. Deadlines. A lacking of a circadian rhythm. What's something you ate as a child, but are disgusted by now? Pixie stick or other candy that is basically pure sugar. Way too sweet now. Lunchable chicken nuggets. Somehow both extremely soggy and extremely dry. With the worst chicken ever. Those frozen, kids' cuisine, dinners. Hot Pockets. What word or phrase makes you instantly dislike a person, and why? Can't get any worse. Oh yes it can, usually right after they say that. Sorry, not sorry. It is what it is. If you know, it's a stupid phrase. What if you found the Death Note? Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy? I admit to nothing. I'll take a potato chip and eat it. Look around for the nearest goth kid who dropped their notebook. Whoever's name is V, caret 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 V, caret. I'm sorry my 1-year-old killed you with his crayons. How bad is your luck? Pretty bad. Life loves to duck me in the ass when I least expect it for some reason. I'm convinced some ancestor of mine pissed off an old fortune-teller woman and now I am cursed for 1,000 years. Absolutely terrible. I own 2 cars. One started having collapsing shocks, so I started using my second one while I saved up for some nice coilovers. The water pump spontaneously went out in that one. Neither have ever broken down or given me issues before. Women of Reddit, what's a dating tip that men really need to hear? Nobody cares that you caught a fish. Women don't owe you anything. Be yourself. You don't need to like what we like. Have your own hobbies. If you announce your awkwardness, it's better than being awkward. Who is the biggest asshole in the world? Us federal government. Kim Jong-un or Putin? Pol Pot? Musk? What is a social standard or look that you hate or find ridiculous? Why? I hate bras. Lol. Neckties. Let's hang a long ass ribbon from our necks you have to tie with a ducked up knot. And then make that literally the only look for any fancy occasion or highfalutin job for an entire gender. Forever. I hate sweets. I hate that I need to own a sweet. I don't think anyone looks good in one. They are uncomfortable and it's absurd in my opinion that people get all upset if don't want to dress to their standards at an event I'm only going to because someone will be offended if I don't. High heels. They damned uncomfortable. Difficult to walk in. And they're terrible for your feet. And anytime someone tells me, oh eventually your feet get used to it and you don't even feel the pain, like girl do you hear yourself? Men of Reddit. Tomorrow you wake up with your penis where your nose is and your nose where your penis is. Now what? Elephant vibes. Gather all the other PP faces and duke it out in a game of water sports. Depends on the temperature outside. If it's cold, I'm staying inside. So like movie 43 but with the nose getting in the way. Life is relatively unchanged. What keeps you up at night? Viagra. If my 2 children will do good without a mother, everyone gets mad when the man runs out but no one cares when the girl does. Deadlines. A lacking of a circadian rhythm. What is your favorite type of chips? In America, sea salt and amp. Vinegar everywhere else, with malt vinegar. Garden salsa sun chips. Sweet potato fries. Chips as in chips, or chips as in crisps. What word or phrase makes you instantly dislike a person, and why? Can't get any worse. Oh yes it can, usually right after they say that. Sorry, not sorry. It is what it is. If you know, it's a stupid phrase. What is the most attractive thing a woman can do during intercourse? Walrus sounds. Say your name passionately. She can have intercourse with me, pensive face. Stop having it so we can go watch the sunset instead. What is something wild that you have done in your life without worrying about the consequences? Sex in public. The only time I thought about the consequences was when we were caught. Once parachuted into a minefield, and that's marriage for you. If I'd roll 2 6s I would marry on a dare. And I would have. Still wondering what my life would have been like. I think I rolled a 4 and a 2. I've had a lot of public sex. Abroad. Stairwell. Multiple times. Public bathroom. Rooftop. Car park. Inside and on top of a vehicle. In the forest. Some people could have passed by. The beach. You're standing on the edge of a cliff. What is keeping you from jumping? Sanity. Loved ones. And the fact that I am pregnant. And that my life is actually pretty good now. If you asked me that question 11 years ago I would have had a harder time answering. How my mom will react to another son's suicide. Sanity. What is your favorite Stanley Kubrick movie? Dr. Strangelove or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Barry Lyndon. The Killing or Paths of Glory. 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's probably the most beautiful cinematography I've ever seen in a movie, and it's always fun to see the past's vision of the future. Food lovers of Reddit, if you had to eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Protein smoothies. Pizza. Nutella. Rice, 'cause there's so many different types and way to cook it. I wouldn't get bored of it, lol. What is an underrated type of movie that you would like to see more of? Movies where intelligent people work together to solve a hard problem, with a minimum of violence. Recent example: Arrival. Antagonist wins. I want more stories where the villain doesn't get a redemption arc. So many villains these days are getting sequels, rewrites making them misunderstood or secretly nice. Or whatever. Why can't there just be bad people? Good ones. What's a good movie to watch when you're a student pulling an all-nighter but you don't want to study? All-nighter for what? Why are you staying up if you aren't working? Supersize Me, because you'll be seeing a lot of McDonald's in your future. Nomadland. Put on something to inspire you. Dead Poets Society or A Beautiful Mind. You are in a grocery store. What is your shopping list for a $10 minus 20 dinner for two, requiring no prep and no other equipment, for a romantic picnic in the park? Crackers, hummus, pickles, cheese and some sort of deli meat if you can. Sandwiches. $1 for bread. A couple for a variety of proteins. $1 for cheese. A couple for veggies. And the rest for drinks. Walmart Marketside lobster bisque. Goat cheese. Butter crackers. And a couple of drinks. You say picnic, so I'm assuming there's equipment like Tupperware, so transfer the soup to the Tupperware. Not strictly necessary, but a little less tacky than serving it straight from the store bowl. Charcuterie board, fruit bowl, cheap wine. What is a word you can never seem to remember how to spell without autocorrect? Guarantee engage, because look at that shit. Diarrhea. Privilege. Restaurant. What little thing do you like in video games? Hoarding resources to the point of excess. A Skyrim, Fallout, whatever playthrough isn't complete if I don't have a giant hoard of crafting materials I could never realistically use. Idle animations where a character just does human stuff, like scratching themselves or shuffling their feet. They're fundamentally unnecessary, but they give a game a lot of character. Extra points when they're on a guard or something similarly insignificant. When I can actually pet the animals. Being able to play the game offline. What's your best example of ridiculous corporate speak? Anyone who calls themselves a founder. This song, https://youtube.be/give_ug60dd4 . Calling mistakes opportunities. KPI. Americans. Do you really often view yourselves as the center of the world? Why or why not? Not as much as Europeans do. Intellectually, I understand we are not the center of the world. But I think a combination of the things I'm exposed to, along with media culture here, generally makes it difficult to act as if we are. No, 'cause I am not. The USA is not the center of the world, both metaphorically and literally speaking. Are you kidding? We're all too busy trying to fight each other to the death, gladiator style, to just have enough resources to get by. It's not selfishness. It's designed to extract as much wealth out of us so the wealthy can screw us all over just that much harder. It has nothing to do with selfishness. It's what it's like to be in survival mode for your whole life. If your country had a catchphrase, what would it be? Suck our butts and lick our balls. Percolate, probably. Hold my beer. There is always time for FICA. What's your favorite chocolate bar? Snickers. Mirage. Big Turk. After 8. Stopped buying them after I found out it was a Nestlé product. What are some of the dumbest deaths in history? The Boeing guy that got bummed to death by a horse. That guy who laughed himself to death watching a donkey eat figs. Well, first, check these out. https www.youtube.com/watch v equals Lee 1 xt go 0 from seminal children's TV series Horrible Histories. Based on the books. My favorite though is Aeschylus. He died when a bird dropped a turtle on his bald head thinking it was a rock. And amp. #x200b. Edit. Added the link. King of Sweden Adolf Frederick died in 1771 at the age of 61. Eating meat, lobster, champagne and his favorite dessert 14 times at a table. What food can you make you full from one bite? Lemba's bread? Those foam dinosaurs that grow up with water. Senzu beans. Rich desserts. What's your biggest motivation in life? Knowing that I'm going to die and I only get one shot at the whole damn universe. I hate being poor. Existence in itself is so bizarre. I just want to know more about it. And learn new things. Observing the world. Being a part of it. It is just super weird that we're here at all. And I'm glad we are. Even if we ducked it up a bit. I think we have a lot more to learn. Or something like that. Point being, I like existing in the universe. What reasonable prediction about the future can you make? Things are going to get worse before they get better. We're all going to die. Deleted. Something is definitely going to happen in the future. The classic color question. What's your favorite color? British racing green. Lilac. Turquoise weary. Violet. What's the greatest movie of all time? The Matrix. No movie has blown me away like that. I left the theater feeling like I was high. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. The Shawshank Redemption. Goodfellas.